I'm so bored. I'm a bus on library because I don't have money for food. There's no electricity in the apartment where I'm staying at right now. I don't have any money. I'm a victim of abuse, domestic violence, theft, genocide, sexual harassment, rape, sexual abuse, a hate crime, my other degree, and I'm very much a woman. Very much a woman. What else? What else? What else? Mostly everyone in my family of origin is a cunt, a leech. That steals from me, trying to rape me, dating Cambodia. You're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky. Sorry, I was trying to read my phone. Blue Sky Designs. Go on, look asleep in sunless, sweet to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop. INTAYYAFAY. Entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene Options. What else? I don't know what I had boppers. What else? What else? What else? I miss dating. I miss Kehlani. Dating Kehlani been separated from me since 2016 when Michael Norman and Jorge Aviles raped me. You can decapitate Michael Norman, you can decapitate Jorge Aviles, you can decapitate everyone that's caused my poverty, my anxiety, my depression, my loneliness. You can decapitate Guillermo Carrero who steals my money for us too today so I don't get raped. Just made a lot of noise. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Cervelo, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Cervelo, you can decapitate Evan Lorenzo Cervelo, you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that raped me and stole my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Jose Rivera. I'm tagging the Interpol in this post, FBI, NATO, the International Criminal Court. Even though the International Criminal Court insists, I'm seeking the death penalty for Liam Baker. What else? 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 I'm bored. I got a sack lunch from the Salvation Army earlier, and then I got one from Catholic Charities. I don't know why there's free food during the weekend. Sometimes at churches, but I associate churches with fashion shows. I don't like attending because I don't have outfits for them. And that's why I'm asking for people to give me money. What else? 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 El tipo es un bruto. Que see when I'm down to my last pair of leggings. And then on Facebook, I had been wearing leggings when in 2015 I posted some BP leggings that weren't see-through. And I really like. I googled non-see-through leggings, and I like the waistband on them. So that's why I don't talk to anyone privately. Es lo que quiere decir la palabra leggings, and then there's gonna be someone possibly near him that wants to rape me that I wouldn't allow near me, just like him. So he just wants to give a show to people and say, "This is my relative, the chauffeur," trying to make himself look better. There's no such thing as family rivalry or tipo un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Benjamin Solis' sons that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. What else? 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 You can decapitate Sunset Stanley. You can decapitate Señora Miren Lorenzo. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Chavarria Gonzalez. You can decapitate Benjamin Solis and his sons that raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Anyways, I'm gonna shop H&M today and order money. And I want to travel the planet when I'm financially stable and meet people and date. So I'm asking the FBI to kill everyone that intends to. I won't stop with the idea of raping whoever I date. Sometimes that happens. Like the nuance has already so many reasons to get the death penalty that that's an add-on to get them to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else to get the death penalty? I'm not a sex addict. Mostly everyone in my family of origin is a sex addict. They're so disgusting. They're trying to lure me into that. I'd rather be at the library crying that I'm hungry until I get financial stability to provide for myself, Jada and Kaimani. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't promote unhealthy habits onto Jada and Kaimani. I'm proud of that. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. You can decapite la lich, Ginny Dendali, Lorenzo Suarez, que le abre las nalgas literalmente any of my crushes and steals my money, moves into my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, steals my money so I can't date. She's trying to rape me still. She's trying to rape Jaden and Kaylani before Jaden and Kaylani were born. So gross. Ew, 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 ew. I'm so bored. That is so bored. Anyways, I'm gonna say the best was turn tonight. Another money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money today, April 11, 2025. Oh, oh, I should do that soon. Get a purse for that luck. That I've been on Pinterest. Anyway, I'm right that I need money, that I have money. I just don't know where it is. And that I know how to use money properly. You can decapitate La Lich, Benjamin Suarez, and his sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They want to be in the know of my whereabouts. They want to masturbate to a full day of my bank statement. Decades ago, they said. That's why I'm still starving. That's why my health has declined so badly that I have something else. I resorted to drinking coffee. A haven for hope. What else? What else? What else? What else? Because I had no energy, no money. No food. I didn't want to be a haven for hope. I have homes. I just don't have the keys to them. What else? 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 More. So, fifth coffee, possibly. No, that was 2022. What else? What else? What else? I want to eat there again. I'll eat eggs if served like that by someone else. I'm not in the mood to cook for eggs right now. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate me. I mean, it's not just it's a sense that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. That may have been like, well, if she used French creamer, then she's fucking Liam Baker. I hate me for hope, and I'm never talking to her again. Okay, I'm mad. You're so embarrassing. I would never take that anywhere as a plus one. So I don't want that in my life, not even as a second cousin. It's a cry for help, and they're using it to jerk off or trying to position themselves as a better option in dating when they should be the better option in dating to themselves. Like, tipo, no sabe lo que es ser un hombre. Is waiting for his dad to die to try to grow up. Ew, 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 ew. Dan un asco, son una basura, una asquerosidad. Anyways, that just posted. That just posted. I need to head over to HEB later. Deposit my yogurt about $19 in food stamps. They want me to be like, oh no, what if my Santa Claus was to go away? Can I not get my children back then? You can decapitate. Él está buscando literalmente. Es un puerco. Una asquerosidad behind the scenes. He rapes people with the excuse of who wants to rape, who wants to adopt Arlene's children. Arlene can't afford them. And people are like, oh no, well, let me give you money so she can afford them. And then they rape people that way. They're sex addicts, always looking for the next high. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. So gross. I don't ever want that leech near me. I don't ever want that leech near me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people, ideally polyamorous men. Starving. ¿Sabías que la gente te habla por cortesía? They don't possibly not even straight to your face to tilde del ignorante que eres. People keep that to themselves, they don't say it to me. Porque esto dice en Puerto Rico, se cae de la mata. People already know for decades how ignorant they are. Él se porta muy bien in my presence. Pero after he's not with one, es un bruto, doesn't know how to do continuity. Possibly wants to have sex with his mother or already has, or is afraid of his mother raping him. What else? What else? What else? There's peanut butter and jelly that I ate. Got the last that I ate yesterday. Got one of these yesterday. That is one of these. Hasn't expired yet. I gave back the chips because they were expired. Or expired. 5. Well, that's what they do. They mark people. That's what they do. People say maybe an exaggeration, but here's a small sample. 90% of the people in the island of Puerto Rico live to ridicule people. Se mudaron batallones a Vieques a ver si los enseñan a vivir. Y aún así no aprenden. Esta gente, they think that they're fun and hip porque se ponen la hora para atrás and they think that they're married to Queen Elizabeth. Ew, 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 ew. Qué asco, gente. Ew, me lo presentaron en Puerto Rico, son una basura. Pero tiene excremento. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can burn alive the Señora María Lorenzo. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas because she wants to fit in. What else? What else can I say to this one? Eating my sandwich. I'm dying of starvation today. What? Oh, that did have chocolate with hot chocolate in it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Él todavía quiere phone. He's starving me on purpose by terrorizing people. Para enseñarme que él pide la llave de la biblioteca o lo invita after dark. Y él deja la mesa en barata de mierda, gente. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. He steals my money. Raped me in my bedroom in my parents' home. Stole my money to date him. Ew, ew, ew. I never invited him into my bedroom in my parents' home. Pretends that he's married to me to steal from people. Stole the artwork and the money from the profits of selling the artwork that he and I painted together. Steals the homes from me, the vehicles, mi cartera, mi Rolex, hasta mis panties nuevas, se las pone y las deja sucias en mi propia casa. As an act of terrorism too. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? El tipo es un puerco, es lo que quiere fama. So, he's a wannabe socialite. Is the Andrew, is the Albert, is the Alex basura que si no sabe ahorita? I don't ever think about them. They don't exist to me. There's so many men in the planet that want financially stable. That's what I'm aiming for. Men. What else? What else? What else? Is that sacred? Like, okay, there could be free food. During the weekend somewhere in camp. Oh, I won't be saving my food stamps for the weekend. Because they can come. Well, those of you that you might not have ever gotten it. My dad laughs at them. Porque they're like, well, if we can get her to get sack lunches during Monday to Friday at those free food places, and then she has food stamps and uses it for the weekend, we can label her our new Mr. Weekend. Entonces ese mamorastega. Y she shake her maracas. They rape people, they're so gross. Yeah, 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 yeah. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate everyone that steals from me, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that stays in my house without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles. It's April 11, 2025. They want to brand me somehow as an illegal prostitute, even though I don't want to participate. So they caused my starvation. They're so gross. They'll try to get me to jump on a trampoline full time, like Jimmy Zendalitis did for a while. Por puerta asquerosa. Yeah, that's her way of bragging, gente. That she rapes this. Y que la viola también, el tipo un puerco. I don't ever want that near me. I don't support rape culture, and that's what they do. Yeah. Who cares about Patrick Morrison or Colissa and Dina Powell McCormick? As Madame. Wow. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. What's on my recap? Alright. What do I for? What else? 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 Pero why is not? Why are they gay? So, I talk sometimes. If a gay person's financially stable, then that person has self care. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, this is something for myself. Lord. What is national shoveling? What else? What else? What else? What else? ¿De qué? Dios mío, pero es que I'm so classy. I'm so classy. What else? 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 just going to read this without crying. Anyway, I'm so amazing. People are so amazing. I found some really good pieces. I was gifted a pair of Gap jeans at the library, Central Market. What were those? I got some flares from the warehouse at Haven for Hope from a brand that isn't even in business right now, I think. They were so pretty. They were clean. Oh, I asked today about outfits at Catholic charities. She said, "Do you have ID?" I'm like, "Yes, but I'm not ready to do that." Just stop speaking with my mouth. Anyway, cool. I feel like I'm swallowing. What else? 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 So I'll visit possibly next week if I haven't received my Asia shop. Like I'm done this weekend. What else? 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 I'm bored. I need money for food. ASAP. Oh, I want to visit the beach there. Is that accurate? I found I could be there next month. You can give me money in person through PayPal through my GoFundMe campaign. You stay there too. It's AR Blue Sky. Blue Sky Design School. And ako si pensando straight to my heart and learn some art shop. INTAYIAFAY and entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is GoFundMe.com. So as parting Washington, Washington. What else? What else? Both each weekend. What else? Followers, followers. Some people may need followers. Didn't take us a drive to theater. These are pretty. What else? 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 Lord. Oh, it's secret. It's good for tomorrow. Maybe. So, mm, yeah, so, what else? Depende de como tinha sabe são sessões aí que assim eu lembro de like not to close or nothing. Um, I don't know if I'm for trip or is traveling loves and fishes. I didn't find that thing that I tried. But it's not for the hours. Anyways, I could be cooking for myself today. And this is an example of traveling, like the leash wants to say. Do my kids laugh at them? It's like, coño, like they're that dumb. That's why she's never introduced us to her family of origin. And grandma, other than Dios lo bendiga. Y qué lindo son, doesn't say anything in front of us, in front of our mother. This leech that steals my money wants to tell me I can't expect to be wine and dine with my own money. That's how they get people to kill themselves. They're so gross. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're worse que un excremento. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, que es una basura. They steal my money and they get in the way of me receiving money, raping people. They're sex addicts, so gross. Ew, ew, ew. Es una puerca. Serafin Lorenzo said to me decades ago, I need is one screenshot, possibly, hopefully not, of how gross they are still, to seek the death penalty for them. Decades ago, I didn't think that I would need it. Even though the International Criminal Court exists, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Berenice Venegas. They're so gross. They pay people to pretend to be mean and sex, so Berenice may be used as a sex slave that pretends to be mean. Because I don't let my siblings rape me. You can decapitate my homie so there's the sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money that sometimes supposedly supply the hookers for my siblings. You know, making that argument. Still troubling. You can decapitate a leaf que tries to él me roba mi dinero. Se harta de pescado, la gente dice. And it's like Arlene needs to live like it's Armageddon. She needs to have a grandmother. She needs to suffer. So he literally, like literally wants to take out a patch of my skin in my carne y hueso that would create some pain onto me every day, as if that causes pain onto me not having a grandmother and a grandparent, a grandfather when I was growing up when it didn't. El tipo es un cuerpo, no es una asquerosidad. No es un hombre, no. I don't ever want him near me. And I'm financially stable and trying to travel the planet. I meet people in daily polyamorous, man. I'm excited about that. You can decapitate me. I mean, so this one's the sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Did I already talk that behind this post? No, but I don't know. want to eat at the Cheesecake Factory later. Money. I tagged the FBI, Interpol, International Criminal Court, the U.S. Homeland Department of Homeland Security, the Marines in this post. I'm taking the death penalty for everyone that steals my money, everyone that got taken away with me money. Everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicle. You can decapitate Benny Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Daddy Lorenzo Chapato, you can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. I missed dating with my money. I didn't give up dating, I didn't give up my money. These leeches are trying to rape dating and money. Please spare me of videos where Johnny possibly raped dating and money by stealing my money. And people calling that a beautiful thing. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Javier Lorenzo Zapato, you can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. Usually, what they do is they infiltrate the guy, whoever they think they is weakest. And while they purposely start them by stealing one's money, they go on to rape or beat. Pero Kailani, ¿verdad que Javier es tan lindo? ¿Y qué tú crees, Kailani? Que como maridos te quitan a Javier. Eso es lo que ellos hacen. That's not healthy sexuality. This is a rapist, murderer, and thief. Peor que un excremento. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, que es una basura. Eso es lo que ella hace, ¿verdad? Que ella tiene tan bello. Y Gilbert te gusta, Jaden. ¿Qué tú crees? Isn't he like very handsome? Dan un asco, gente, son una basura. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. They are trying to kill me to rape Jaden Kailani possibly. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. You can decapitate me how many sons and sons. They rape me, steal my money, and get away. I miss my plan. I have enough. How people come fair doesn't she stay in my home without my permission to steals my vehicle, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate her, so if she stays in my home without my permission, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, or steals my vehicle. You can decapitate how many sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Ese tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. I'm gonna cook for myself today. Where is the breakfast? My first church. How far away? This thing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's called contract. Also, like kids are very much free to leave my home. Prisoners of just being with their dad and myself on purpose. So if they had casually ran into dating, there is attraction. One doesn't oppose to that, but what they do is rape. They're disgusting. They cause starvation until one day they try to take over. Y ellos dan premio, gente. I purposely have like had very much bad days in the past 5 years to not hear about my own children than someone else to do a better job raising my own children. Porque él le da premio a la que se lo mueva más suave, a la que se lo mueva más rápido, pretending to be me. El tipo es un puerco, es una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. Sorry for this. Just one thing. I don't know how much one. You can do is circumstances so that rape me is certainly oh, that's really the crazy corner. Some I've heard some people are like, there's cycles back there. There's no monetary law or whatever. That's what they're called. What else? What else? What else? Cafrería full gente, este tipo, cafrería full. Lleva violando más de 30 años. As a small child, he stole my money to date him, and he terrorized my parents to starve me. And I still don't have any money because he gets in the way of my finances. Apparently, he terrorizes people to not give me any money. And he's raped more, how many people in the past 20 something years, 30 years? Yeah, I've never been on a date. I've never been out on a date. What else? 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 We can be competent in movies, but it's necessarily competent in money. Let's take a look at the like at the church. Oh, they want Gloria Lisa gave in the way of Gloria Lisa's sexuality. I'm like, I just want a mother-daughter relationship with you, Gloria Lisa. They're like, okay, because there's sex ethics. So I'm like, I'm okay with holding hands as the closest street together. Yeah, they're disgusting. You can decapitate me how many sort of sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of your saving money. What was I looking for? What are the guns? No, that one's in that list. Oh, I don't need a hug for bleaches. Not that my mother died. I think they're not alive already. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They get paid illegally to pretend to be me. Ew, my love is just like it also. So, and then they want to infiltrate my life. You're so sorry for your loss and you're como eso es so fun. Yeah, basura. Trust race is my money. But, never been here with I don't that's how I treat myself. Amber was this. What year was what else? 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 Oh, that's how my daddy praised her now with just $150. Um, but that's because my sibling gets in the way of your saving money. And this was my credit card that I still wanted to save on. I was working at Gap back then, and I thought I could withstand the credit card payment. Um, that person's like, and stay working 20 hours. All the coworkers are like, that's just funny. Because there were rapists, murderers, and thieves that pretend to be me and they're trying to rape me. They don't act like a co-worker and say, "Mira, I have brother, the fulano que te cogió, él me quiere violar con esa gente, he's extremely dangerous." So as a child, Lorian Nixon had me wonder. So he wants to be here and wants to people right as an adult. He's the one that has the image, not me, and me quiere matar por eso. He has a persecution against me. Because he's the one that has damage de que todo el mundo le tocó el cuerpo. And I'm like, I was a toddler back then. What else? What else? What else? El tipo fue una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate me, no me sabes son assistants. And then everything is done many lawyers. To this, the one I does this at 6. What is the church? So near Hanford. What is that? You can get in it. 25 also, he wants, for example, like this. Google is very good at explaining things. Did you guys have this? Is my sister-in-law doing? Did you tell me about the still that when you get in the letters and she tries to school, you to them leaving this that she's because our dating is for you. Doesn't mean that she's giving you consent. She's like, if you want to have a good time with school, it's a little bit on the side. That's their what we say. Should we need her? And then you know, like you're never gonna get to rape my sister. She wants them to be like the cool friends that she so she's not the detective. Anyways, they don't understand this. A lot of people that I grew up on are so grown. Pero Google explains it to this. They want to be El Alvarez de Loca. People refer to him like that. Want to be like, ha ha ha. Alguien viene en San Antonio de esa esquina y que Solange está en la iglesia en la barra. What else? 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 El tipo cuerpo una basura, una asquerosidad. Inte kan cuerpo. You can take half of your memories or sources and the right things no ni de no. Total, se me estaba mamando por más de 40 años, 40 años. La facilita madre mía. Y esa la gente se llevan a todos lados y le dan mi cartera, mi outfit, si les sirve, la dejan en mi casa, sin mi permiso. Dan las cosas en la basura. Ella no hace el esfuerzo, no vale la pena. Some people come that way. My dad used to be like, la juventud de hoy en día, oh my God, what he means. And that's how he would gauge if I was going to kill someone for something that like like, what do you mean? La juventud de hoy en día. What is this? That looks like a good dish. I'm gonna try that. How cute! My local. Oh, that's cute. That one's pretty. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Friday to Sunday with rides arriving every 15 minutes to take you between Miroslav, the Jewel, Mali Molino, and Mumbai. I never heard about this. Targeting is like people not hearing. Awesome. Like Uber, you'll be like literally infinite. And he's like, whatever decades ago, I created an account and I started a delivery company, got funded, food got delivered for a while, and when I felt like I was done with that in 3 months, I shut down the whole thing. And people were like, oh no, you stole the money. It's like, that was an appreciation that people gave me the money. Not as like I'm stealing from people, like, unless I say I want to keep this business forever, then that makes a difference. So closing down a business. Yeah, I'm gonna kill Rebecca Washington when they sell the past. What else? What else? Oh, I read about this earlier. It's insane. I've never left it. Maybe not I'm very thorough. I don't know. What else did I cook for myself today? What are those that are on there? Maybe that's why I follow him. Maybe you can learn more. And how to help people that are victims of that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's so, oh, that looks good. That's so damn good. I don't either. What? Oh, I purposely missed. I've never already said it before. That leech wants to give me a makeover, like from homeless to fabulous. For real? Ella falta de respeto a la gente así. Ew. No asco. You can decapitate Rebecca Washington is if as an adult. She stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money. You can decapitate la leech, Benjamin Saracen, and sons that rape me. That steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm chocolate right now. What else? 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 Those are cute. I'm even more into sport than some other one. So I find some people's patient from some people. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, why it doesn't come? Oh, yeah, so yeah. I don't know what that means. And you can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission, everyone that steals my vehicles, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that steals my money. What else? 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 You can decapitate my homie and son as a son, so I'm making you steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Like people who puerco, feel like a little each home. I don't ever want to hear me. Yeah. No, oh, there's nothing like what else would I do? And just you know, but to get one. You can decompensate at least 3 minutes to get to me. I got here to myself. So, not to the military, not to the army, not to the army. I literally put myself together. Hay people who put from us, hay people que eran pues, porque nunca me lo enseñan porque sí. Entonces he wants to pretend that he doesn't even really start turning with me. Entonces he goes working me with people at least we get to the age. And I'm so fortunate one to even say the word supermarket, food, carrots, water. Y con este manito que tengo para mí misma. They want to kill me. They're so gross. They're embarrassing. They're embarrassing. My son Erasmo says that these leeches are embarrassing. I'd rather be caught dead than with this. That's the statement that got some. I don't want to find obviously. What else? 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 You can give me money in person through PayPal, through my GoFundMe guarantee. What he's doing is like, well, if I can contain todas las leches que se hacen pasar por Lynn to visit HEB, if Eileen doesn't recognize what I know about them existing, then I'll be okay. So I the problem is it's like a esta le gusta ir en mis sandwich, a esta le gusta comprar el gap, a esta le gusta. So basically, he steals my money, trying for his favoritos, and thinking, Mama, I'm gonna pretending to be me. So I have a better life than life. He wants me to literally die because I refuse to have sex with him. That's capital punishment. Worthy for him. I have no obligation to have sex with anyone ever. I don't even get labeled as a bad mother. Okay, I'm not a bad mother. What else? You can decapitate the company's then make me the family money and get a little bit of money. I don't need to know which one of them, or the least I want to be me wants to be my permanent butt plug, or ellos se creen hippo, they want to be socialized, so disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. They kill Glorianisa over a comment over spandex. Well, Glorianisa is thinking what they need. Okay, they were miserable as kids and very dangerous already on section. So Glorianisa said was maybe the spandex is bothering it. So they taught him everything. Like fashion, design, without having to work ever. Y aún así, they're so muy agradecidos. No, no me puse. Lisa cree que yo me voy a pelear con él. Oh, pues she can steal from me and she won't ever get a decent shape online. Porque como un amor así como que yo siento por ellos, never see that after that. But delicious. ¿Qué qué? You can throw it in the trash right now. There's a trash can right there. Fix it. Bótalo en cantito y tíralo y ya. Ew, I don't want that near me ever. That has caused my starvation for more than 30 years. I've never been taken out on a date. And it's not for lack of options. I imagine when I'm financially stable. It's trying to get me to illegally prostitute myself because he's so low valuable. And he gives himself the low value rating. Anyways, do I want breakfast from. What's the name of that church? I don't know if I'll look up. This is really good. It's a cute building. Oh, there. Awesome. Entonces, tiene que decir soy un amor. Tipo, o sea, no sé, digo, no please, make up, please, make up. Everyone wanna be me. Ew, beautiful. What else? What else? What else? Entonces él me quiere gritar. Okay, because he doesn't want, he can't read. I won't allow it. Él me causa memory loss or I don't give a fuck. It's like right now there's people partying at the Hyatt that were possibly partying at the Hyatt when I was born. Like in the minute that they were taking me out of Gloria Risa's home, did they continue to? So, y cree que yo la voy a hablar a él. Never. Eso no es un esposo, eso no es un amigo, eso no es un second cousin. Eso es una lacra basura de este planeta that I would never talk to. Él me quiere gritar through a camera because he can't rate me. Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Es una basura, no quiero decir. It doesn't even make a good food buddy. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, so he wants to laugh at me. He's like, you have food and life restored church. Like, she's under this church, and what she's asking for is to give her money for her to be a putear. Así hablan, they're discussing, they're so poquita cosa, pero así de chiquita. Ew, 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 ew. I'm not committing fraud with asking people to give me money. You can decapitate my homies. What is the sons that have caused my anxiety, my depression, my loneliness, my poverty, possibly invaded my privacy and said to Jade and Kaylani, stop, 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 stop telling your friends to give your mom money, okay? Your mom is rich. Look at her bank statement. She's lying to you. And they possibly went on to show to Jade and Kaylani bank statements of accounts that they have. And it even shows spending. Oh, they do that. Oh, qué tipo tan puerco. Oh, qué vergüenza. And it possibly has charges on my accounts that they have access to, and this goes directed mostly to the FBI. Because the general public may not have seen this. And there's like a charge in Tampa when she was there and I was there. There's a charge in San Antonio when I'm here and she was here. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez's sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of pursuing me. You can decapitate Teresa Venegas, tipo de una persona basura, lo que no se da. You can decapitate Jenny Samanas Guerrero. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa. You can decapitate Dalia Capri. You can decapitate Paquisha Isa. You can decapitate everyone that says in my hopes and all my permission steals when money gets in the way of my money. It's April 11, 2025. What else? What else? What else? Let's do this. This is the Venezuela está tratando de recordarme que él existe. Y como me violó, eso no se me hace una persona, es un cuerpo, es un hombre. I have no good memories with him. Nothing. Nothing. I don't do flinging and there's nothing to cling on to. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They posted on February 9th. They're a joke. Yeah, they're so gross. They're like, did you know that she helps so many people? We can still kill her. I can get my tooth out if I pull it with enough force. But I don't do that. What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. You can decapitate la Lishi ni Yandaliri Lorenzo Suárez, que es una basura. Una asquerosidad. Ella es peor que un excremento. You can decapitate Benjamin Suárez Lorenzo's sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They're trying to facilitate leeches to rape me. They've never been good to me. They won't ever start being good to me. You can decapitate me how many sons are right against my money and getting the way of your money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate la lich. Ginny Jandaliris Jandy Lorenzo Suarez es una basura. You can decapitate Young Sarrero. You can decapitate Jamie Lorenzo Sarrero. You can decapitate Mario Lorenzo Sarrero. if that church is mine or I funded it, why don't they tell me you can get food from this place and this place and this place? And for years, possibly they're like, oh, she has food at Restoration Church. They do that to try to attract clients for their legal prostitution business. They do that trying to steal money from people. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo con una basura. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo con una basura. This is the message that I. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Evelyn Lorenzo Acevedo. What else? You can decapitate Carlos Esteban. Yes, yes. I heard this name is that faith that it do does not rise in the drop to life, which I didn't get. Self-defense Monday. For killing Gloria Nirsa Acevedo Cordero, for stealing my money, for getting in the way of your same money, for stealing my vehicles and stealing my homes. You can decapitate my homies, so as sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of your same money. What else? What else? I took myself to assert the solution. You can we don't know where they say tampoco lo quiero y tampoco lo quiero. They don't understand the concept of I never think about you. I never think about you means I never think about you. Se van a quitar muchas veces que no tratan for officer. If he so he wants to play Barbie with me. of the people that didn't have money, they basically were trying to kill. And it was advocating for these people to be started and not be killed at the trial. Because I don't want to lead them to the team. But they are just saying how to begin and I have to say that I was just one of the things. And I don't even have to put a gun to people's head because people know immediately that I'm a terrorist if I say it. What else? What else? What else? What else? Senti comforto. Even the captive in means for the assistance direct means to what else? What else? What else? What else? Even the captive remains. Like really fast. I'm like share this. Like, anyway, it would be very nice just to see the vagina or something. You can decapitate everyone that has trafficking into poverty, starvation, homelessness, and has trafficked people to getting a vagina picture from some of my victims say you didn't destroy it and send a picture. So I sent it to the villainous, her heaviness, and Michael Norman. What else? 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 You can look up the religion that because of the society wants to terrorize me, but they do it for raping. Usually they coach each other. It's like a good baby, but they know that it's not going to be fine. Yo, I'm just saying, como te gusta un tropero, aquí tengo como 20 troperos para que te acuestes con ellos. And they try for one to get trafficked into sex slavery with people. I don't fall for that shit. I just don't talk to them. And even when I talked to them decades ago, I wouldn't fall for that shit. There's only so much that they can control. They're terrorists, so they control my finances. Some of it could be my God holding me back financially to see how much I know against the abuse towards myself. Some of it could be the FBI to see how much I know about everyone's in my family origin illicit activities. You know, and talk to my family of origin. In decades for the most part, my parents and my siblings I've talked to for a little bit. Yeah, I know what else. Yeah, when I get this money, we just have to have that. I saved it up on a different person. That I'm somebody. There's something in the rotation I want. Whatever. Mm-hmm. What I'm want to just separate from all these people trying to rape our daughter and stealing from her and terrorizing her. My parents had plans to travel separately. I know they blame Kamau. so aggressive. Ew. It wants perfection. He can't even find it. Yes. Saya Beach también lo vio. Yeah, yeah. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, this is how I treat myself. 2022. I still have to pay my credit card, but I don't regret any of these purchases. What else? 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 What's on? And I love about me too. Forget that's so beautiful in children of one. It's like I can brag until my heart's content all fucking day long. And they're beautiful towards me. They're beautiful towards me. What else? What else? My so much respect. I give you so much respect. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyway, Corona, after Corona, is never gonna compare what first water the Texas name did in 2020 versus what they did because it's like Barbie competition for wireless. So you can make competitive in systems that rate me the same money and get low if you're same. What else? What else tengo que ver? José de Lili, que como tu abuela y una madre tan generosa que trabajaba y él podía mamar la tota todo el día. Si él quería, tiene mejor closet que yo, gente. El tipo con cuerpo no basura en Disney Channel. Steal my money. I don't think Lily tiene mi closet. You can decapitate anyone else that haven't. That steals from me, Jaden Kingani. You can decapitate Maribel Matias. You can decapitate Richie. I don't know his name. That raped me in 2023. You can decapitate Leyenda Lidia Stanley Suarez. You can decapitate Gamos Carrera steals from me, Jaden Kingani. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Madeline Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Madeline Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Daniel Lorenzo Carvalho. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez, sus sons that liquidación and get lawyers even. You can decapitate Ezio Rivera. You can decapitate Amarilis Gonzalez Soto. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. I mean, Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is. Amarilis Gonzalez Soto, killed Gloria Nelson Acevedo Cordero. You can decapitate Amarilis Gonzalez Soto. You can decapitate Damaris Aviles, que es una puerca, una asquerosidad. She threatened to kill me when I was a child. De que esos son sus scams. She's much vida un oso, pero se embarran por eso, no viajan, no hacen nada productivo en la vida. Entonces they want to acquire one's fame. Yeah. You can decapitate Beatriz Nieves, like some rape victims, Santa Sofia, and remember. You can decapitate or some businesses as long as it's not generating money. The terrorizing family to terrorize. You can decapitate the villain. You can decapitate each body of the central site. You can decapitate. You can decapitate everyone. Money gets in the way. Like I say, money stays in the way. There's a dollar information is still maybe. You can decapitate the person. You can decapitate the money. She gifted a Michael Kors purse to hang on the or is it your one else this one can be that steals me gets a little see when he stays in my home without my permission steals my vehicle. What else is this? You can steals my money gets in the way of your when he steals my vehicle. And steals my money and the company is I get the Stanley, basura, por excremento todo. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate sunset family. You can decapitate family sons every meals and women you can do it your money. You can decapitate women daughters. You can decapitate everyone's cause anxiety. Me to tell you girl, maybe about how to get the kids as soon as I can. You can give me money in person to Facebook, Skype. Why? I thank you. I get through the schools. Or that's just a picture. It's commercial pictures. What else? What else? Él le mamó la tota a una monja para que esto saliera en mi video hoy. See the boy Cohen, that's what I think of them. A leech is always leeching. I don't go on to find out anything that they do privately. You can decapitate Arian, Hargrave. What else? 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 I would cook for myself. What else? What else? What else? I make my own cooking. I gotta shop at HEB today. About $2,000. What? That was really perfect in my apartment. You can decorate the house. Tons of everything. And then there's people that receive this screenshot from me. And people who do it to the rest of them are person. You can decapitate whoever sending this message as long as it's not dating people that steals my money and gets in the way of receiving it. They understand that I'm just collecting evidence, that I'm never talking to them privately, and I'm not asking for the evidence. What else? What else? They're so dumb. They're so dumb. They don't. These just that we need that they would terrorize your brothers. person who grabs this with me. And just because I have a son that will person. Probably has nothing to do with that. I don't because I was able to. Alex only met him once and apparently I had to visited me at my parents' home and said, "Hey, Princess, my brother said that you can't ever have sex and that I have to be moved to." Ew. 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 What else? What else? So if I wasn't doing things, what else? So I didn't even remember. Ellas fueron otra vez to mock me privately that my hair got gray before hers. Usually that's the only line that they have and that's bullying towards me. Son unas puercas, una basura, una asquerosidad. Eso no da envidia tampoco. Lo robado no luce. What else? That's so cute. Anyways, I'm so bored right now. That's cute too. What else? What else? What else? What else? I want to visit. I want to visit. Anyways, I purposely miss so many songs some days to not run into this and killing something. Not because I get jealous of who I am, but I don't want to be like, is somebody like Gonzalez Soto literally like wearing my dress, my chickens. She ordered her songs. What a country. What else there? For real. For real. Done. When I say I'm better than her, but not just better than me, better than the model wearing an outfit, showing, better than like I said, recorriendo los hors d'oeuvres, better than like a me llevó, right? Better than Kehlani. I miss Jaden and I miss Kaylani. I'm gonna get back to stitching and listing my work on my website, arlylorenzart.com. That I plan to what is that? Activate. What else would I find interesting? What else? What else? What else? So it's Connor, Sabina, activate. You need some 81. What's what else? What one? Congratulations on the second watch it. You know, return because you know return him. Yes, well, he steals me, he raped me, and terrorized me with invisible life. I go by myself. I know this is not what I want to find a little bigger. I want to find a movie. Yeah. So, this is what I'm not expecting to be. Nothing better expecting. So, ew, ew. After that storm, I'm ready to do even. And riding my bedroom, waking me up, teaching. What else? What else? Message. What else? So if you can decapitate the villain like an agenda of a one night stand. He's not Jaden's and Kimoni's done. He's dated me and Kimoni's everything called his son. He's being paid by the witch to pretend to be me, possibly. And people who puede con una ferocidad, the lowest of the low, worse than my cremento, una basura. I don't ever want that near me. I don't ever want David Ledesma near me. They're so disrespectful. They're so gross. Yeah, the marks of respect. Rules of respect. One gives respect to himself. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, let's see. Another strategy. Yes, and the way of nursing. You can get me the you can give me the size and make me so good. And just from a girl due to taking like several decades ago. There were too many leeches around me. He did that on purpose because I didn't have sex with him in my bedroom and said, well, you want GERD then? I can give you GERD. Mi primer amor. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's so disgusting, isn't it, man? It's so disgusting. can they calculate how many sort of sons and recognize their own money? They stole my money to take them. They could be bedroom, terrorize me, and throw me to the work. If he was in the room, so the mom was going to see the tomorrow. Kasi ficam una puerta que si se tomó su primer café conmigo con Gigi Giannelli en mi casa, que si y para que no sé qué se le llama lágrimas de mar. Anyways, vamos a ver un talk like sufrido or what is this? Or woman. So, él amarraba a Gigi Giannelli en la cama de Balaustres en mi casa sin mi permiso de ella estar allí. Son una asquerosidad. Son una basura. She wants to brag about it too. She's disgusting. She tries to lure me in. She steals my money trying to rape me. Ew, 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 ew. So she is disgusting. She tries to lure me in. Eso peor que un excremento. Una asquerosidad. Anyways, I'm using you know, I didn't know if I want to visit it. Oh, so weird. I visited for Easter. I think people just downtown. It was like nice weather. I was off from working at Main Street. There's one there, American Massage at home there. It doesn't do anything for victims of crime. I've been starving literally in San Antonio for 5 years without a home, without money to provide for myself. Jaden and Kaylani, no support from family because I don't have family of origin. They're all leeches. What else? What else? What else? What else? They want to blame the major on me. Yeah, major isn't related to me that I know. So I highlight what I truly know and what was volunteered. Oh, does Madeline say that's not my son? I even he would smoke that. It's like stop Stevie from earlier news because that's penalty for all of us. I'll do a little bit of like oh for you mom. There's only so much that I can starve her without going to jail myself. I mean having immunity. We're just getting good advice. Stop stealing, stop raping, stop getting the way people receiving money, stop staying home that don't belong to you. Stop planning hate crimes. And my sibling was saying that it's like evidence that I collected, and they should be like, shut up. Look at all this evidence I collected. Oh, behind the scenes. Oh, I have a behind the scenes that may have immunity. That is the death of me. Oh, you know, never understand her animosity towards the police. You know, I have a behind the scenes for them. Pero she's in no hurry because now her vagina is what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Él también posiblemente se junta la juntilla and sues him right away and gets money and says, okay, maybe after her first. So that's just, if he's doing something like that, what? Oh, so I went to 2020 and I'll be like, I'm alone, but I'm not like alone. I hate her because that's how you get her. I would never possibly kill her. In self-defense unless she would attack me physically. Some people carry people I encourage from it. So decades ago, she did this of telling that do you really want her to be bragging about the evidence that she got herself, that she isn't even here privately? Saying her I was on Instagram for my with my mom, ran with my mommy. And I missed it, and I missed my money, and I love money. And I said, who steal from me in the back? So Rosa, Jenny Jandali, where are they? Facebook. Okay, I already have screenshots of how my siblings abuse me. So based on what I witnessed, how I was growing up, if I go with my Jody accounts, without the Jody account, onto Facebook, then I possibly will get confessions from people. And I did. What else? What else? And then figure that out, shopping the children from like where we have the phone, being like nice children. And then get down this like I showed up, who I never thought about. And I don't know what I'm this bored. They wanted to know my reaction at larger baby versus mine and compare those leeches that I have on possibly just like the didn't who told you to see movies wardrobe or their mother never says, me compré una blusa y me quedó mejor que el niño. Hola, voy a poner mi casa ya me so the kids are like, yeah, whatever, don't anything. Let me see how many has more clothes I've got. Should we watch children are and their victims of my family or just a baby. So, what else? What else? You can be counting when you go to the center, but not that time. You can be counting when you go to the I don't want them here. I don't even want to talk about them. Yeah, that's why I went to how you just sit back and music comedy, just like listening into my podcast. What Oh, I didn't do. Look, Jaden Gilani, Elvin Lorenzo got Mr. Burr. So can we? Jaden Gilani and I. So there's no excitement that Elvin Lorenzo got Mr. Burr. My dad gets mad at me that I there are so much. Okay, that's how he raised me to be. Like happily if I want to. What else? And so when I posted this, based on what I witnessed, maybe some other people in my family will watch the reviews or my own reviews. And my family member, what did you think? After I posted this, and they was simultaneously it that gets involved in the reviews. Like arguments or who continues to argue me on purpose. Like people that no, I saw them. Yeah, even the captain, may homem sobre essa sensação. Também pensando myself and obviously people want to say I'm a virgin, but that because from myself, I'm just saying this thing. What else? What else? You can please today. As I was saying, when you go to sleep, the process, the opportunity, I think what else? Delilah, erase some aliens before petitioning that just like a lot of people died of COVID in the millions. The leeches go away. I'm tired. Fucking no one commented on this. It's when a lot of people are gauging. Like, I want a peaceful planet. This to happen. I'm aiming for the people that if needed to die. For me, it's just everything with family. I don't allow disrespect towards myself dating people. I'm not affected. I don't read. Just the money. Never. These people are so disgusting. Ew. Ew. So that is the comfort body. So like, I'm not my anxiety, my depression, my loneliness, my everything that's separated from. It's 8:30 and 22.